afternoon guys, Martin here, another GT7 video, some more circuit experience, this time at Fracochamps. I believe this time we've actually got time to go up against. We've got Winter's Gaming, so let's see how we stack up against him. Usually I don't fare too bad around Spa, but I see it's give us the Porsche 911 GT3. I'm not overly confident in this car, but I haven't yet tried it on Gran Turismo 7, so let's get on track, see how it goes. Always find this first corner tricky here at Spa. It's so easy to lose so much time. I'm going to brake, come all the way down into second, down into first, turn in. As you can see on my first time, lost a little bit of time there. You can see us pulling away from the rear view. We're going to try and keep it flat to the floor all the way down the hill here. Keep it tight to the right, jump this curb on the left, a little lift in the bottom, curb on the right, as much on the left, and then we're just going to go for the finish line. Hopefully we've done it. Our previous record of 3.049 was easily beaten by a 29.5. Let's see how it looked from the outside. Like I say, it's this first corner here for me on Spa. I can either gain or lose so much time just in that one corner. Definitely want to avoid that sausage curb and AstroTurf on the outside there. And then come down here, it's sneak as much curb as we can without hitting track limits. Literally just kept it inside there. And that's sector 1 complete with a gold time. Let's see how we stack up against guys on the leaderboard, shall we? Oof. Just ahead of everybody there in sector 1. Let's head out to sector 2. Winter's got a 36.3. Let's see how close we can come. Don't underestimate Winter, he's a fast guy. Me and him are quite evenly matched. Here we're going to spot the braking right at the edge of the curb there. Bring it up tight on this curb. Just clip the bollards. Short shift to third so we don't spin up the rear. Bring it tight on the right. Not quite tight enough for my liking, but it was still good. It was still ahead of our previous one there in the rear view. We just missed out on the gold. So if we keep this clean and tidy, we should be able to stretch it out. Turned in a little early there, could have waited a minute, but we're still pulling away. That's what we need, is to put time between me and my last one. There we go, nice gold. Let's see how it looks again. Down this main straight here, we're going to try brake right at the edge of the curbing. Like I say, just touch them bollards. Hug the curb there, keep it tight for the left so we can get as much angle on the right. Run it out to the curb, down for the hairpin on the right hand. This one's quite tricky, it can tend to push you out, but with the engine being in the rear of the Porsche, it's not too bad for understeer. You can see there, I just turned in just half a second too early, but it didn't really cost us too much. Here we go then, on to sector 3. Winter's got a 46.8, so we know if we can get somewhere close to that, we're going to get gold easily. Let's hit the track and see what happens. So here we go then, the short back straight. Coming down, we're going to brake at the 50-meter board. Down into third. Hold the curb. Don't run it out too wide. Bring it back in as much as we can. Bring it back over to the left. I'm going to be going down into second gear for this right-left. I'm going to squeeze a bit of throttle here, a little dab of brakes. Try not to touch the Astro because we lose so much grip there. Bring it down. Second gear for the right-hander. Just clip them bollards. Avoid the AstroTurf on the left. Small lift to keep the front in and back flat to the floor. We're going to send it all the way down the right-hand side. Keep the shortest distance to the line. And there we go. There's our gold for that sector. Let's take a look from the outside. said here, we want to be braking just after the 50-meter board. Try to get up on that curb. Don't run out onto the AstroTurf there or here. So close to it. Gonna brake at the 50 meters there. Down into second. Just touch the bollards if we can. Same here on the left. Avoid that AstroTurf at all cost. Brake late as possible, but try not to understeer out wide. Manage to keep it nice and tidy. Just a small lift on the inside of this corner to bring the front round. And then we're just going to send it. So that's a gold for Sector 3. Let's move on to Sector 4. See how that goes. Sector 4 is really fast. It's not too tricky. It's just a bus stop chicane. If you go too deep into the right, it makes getting the drive for the left really tricky. So let's see how we go. We're going to stay flat out through this whole section here. We're going to come in over to the left, take it as far over the right, even over the white line slightly, but keep it in the limits. All the way out to the curb there. You see this white line, we know we're going to brake just before the 50-meter board. Keep it in tight. Lose the rear a little bit on mid-apex, but it's okay. Get okay drive, but we clip the Astro and lose a little bit of drive. But we still managed to sneak a gold. Let's see where we went wrong a little bit. Just there was perfect. Had 2 wheels on track, 2 wheels off. This is where we're going to lose just a small amount of time here in this right-hander. See the rear there? Just a slight snap. Not too much. Just a little one. And then again we lose a little bit of drive on the AstroTurf there, but we still got the gold. So with that gold in Sector 4, that means all we have is the final lap attack. Let's see how we do. Here we go. Right on board for the whole lap. I'm going to bring it over here to the left hand side, brake hard for this right hand turn. It's so easy to lose time here. Hug the wall, get on the power early. We're pulling away from my previous lap. I'm going to keep it tight to the right hand side wall here so we can take as much curve as possible on the left. We're going to have a small lift at the bottom of the hill, bring it over to the right, back on top of the curb on the left. Try to keep it as straight as possible and just keep your foot pinned all the way down this main straight. It's such a long straight, so much time can be lost or made in that rise over the hill there at Eau Rouge. We spot them braking just at the edge of the curb there, turn in for the right, clip the bollards, ride the curb on the left. We're going to hang second gear for the right hand, short shift slightly third, coming downhill for the right hand turn here. We're going to downshift into second. This corner feels like it goes on forever, but here we go. We're coming out of it now. Bring it back over to the right hand side for the turn on the left here. Turned in a little early, got a little snap, but it was okay. We controlled it. We're going to come flying down here now. We're going to brake at the 50-meter board, down into third gear for the left hand turn. Small bit of oversteer as we come off the brakes, but nothing too scary. Keep it as tight to the left as possible. Run it all the way up to the edge of the curb here, brake right at the edge of the curb, down into second for this right hander, take as much curb as possible on both the right and the left. Try not to go out too wide, clip a little bit of the Astro, but it doesn't cost us much. Down into second for the right hand turn here, mind the Astro on the left. Small lift here to bring the front back in line, and now flat out for Sector 4. Such a long sector. We're going to keep it over to the right hand side for now, bring it back to the left here, let it sweep itself out to the right, just over the edge of the track without going off, flat through the left hand there. Now we're coming up to the bus stop chicane. We've got to spot our braking, try not to get any oversteer. Not bad. Coming out left, we need to get as much good drive as possible. We get it over on the Astro a little, but not too much. It's a 220. I know Winter had a 119, but I'm happy with a 220. Let's see how it looked from the outside. So here we go, heading down the start finish to turn 1. As I said before, it's so crucial this, we need to stay over as far to the left as possible, brake late, and then turn in and get good drive out. That wasn't too bad, to be honest. That could have got a little bit better traction mid-corner, but it wasn't too bad. We're going to keep it tight to the right, bring it over the curb on the left-hand side here, so we can then get it right up against the curb on the right to bring it over the curb on the left at the top of the hill. Now it's foot flat to the floor, all the way down the back straight. Here, if you made a mistake in Eau Rouge, it's going to cost you all the way to this braking zone. We're going to brake right at the edge of the curb, down into second gear, attack these bollards on the right hand side, keep it in second for the left, hang second gear for the right, short shift up into third. Now we're going to head downhill for the right hand hairpin. This is another second gear corner. It's hard to stop the car from pushing on and understeering here, but we got it. We're going to bring it back over to the right hand side. Downshift once for the left hander there. We turned in a little early, but we managed to correct. It was okay. We're going to brake at the 50-meter board here for this left hand. We get a little bit of oversteer as we come off the brakes a bit sharp, but nothing too scary. We want to try and hug the left hand as much as possible. We're going to brake hard at the edge of the curbs, down into second. Keep the curb tight on the right, same on the left here. Try not to run it out over the AstroTurf. We catch a little bit, but we don't lose too much time. We're going to brake hard down into second for the right hand. Attack the two bollards again. Mind the Astro on the left. A small lift on the entrance to get the front in line. And now we're back flat to the floor. Sector 4 is so long on the throttle. Going to bring it over to the left hand side here and let the car run itself out to the right hand side. We're going to watch track limits, bring it in tight, flat to the floor still. Here we go, coming up to the bus stop chicane, brake hard, turn in, try not to overshoot the entrance, try not to get any oversteer, try to get good drive out of the left, just over the curb there on the Astro, but it didn't really cost us too much. There's definitely more time to be found. I could probably go a little bit quicker, but the Porsche is not my light top car. It definitely feels better on Gran Turismo 7 than it did on Sport, but it is still not my favourite car to drive. Let's check out how much we earned from that. We had 700,000, we earned 30,000 credits. And then let's see what the rewards were. Oh, I clicked through that one a bit quick, but it was $1 million for the gold and 200,000 for the point.